This is one of sport's great proving grounds, a gateway to glory where heroes are made.
Absolutely first class.
28 tournaments spanning 16 countries. It's a 10-month campaign to determine the very brightest prospects in golf.
And he is right into this. Brilliant. That could just have sealed his promotion. What a way to do it.
Along the way, a chance for the class of 2022 to expand horizons and sample life on tour.
Did you get that?
Finish the season in the top 20 on the Road to Majorca rankings and secure a golden ticket to the DP World Tour. That's the dream, shared by all who compete on the Challenge Tour. This year, the Challenge Tour has visited some of the most spectacular golf courses in the world, from the French coastline to the heights of the Austrian Alps. And this week is no exception. We're on British soil now for a double header, and first up is Cornwall. Our destination this week is St Mellion Estate, just outside Plymouth in the southwest of England. It's a course with the finest of pedigrees, designed by Jack Nicklaus himself, his first ever in Europe. A Golden Bear masterpiece and a fitting venue for the British Challenge presented by Modest Golf Management.
It's really nice to get back playing on English soil. Played one event this year, back at home, obviously a couple in the UK, but yeah, it's nice to just not be too far, be able to just get in the car and get down here.
We only have these two events here and the final in Majorca. But I'm obviously in a good position. I'm feeling pretty good about my game, so I think I'm in a good position to kind of attack. Right now I know I need to play well, just try to finish as high as I can. That's what I need to get inside that top 20. Because even though I'm like four spots behind, but it's quite like you still need to make many points. So yeah, I just need to play well.
All the way up and down the range, everyone's probably got different little goals for the next couple of weeks, depending on how you're sat in the rankings. And obviously I'm just looking outside the top 45, so it's an important 2 weeks to try and definitely get myself in there. Obviously one good week can change everything for the season, but if I can play solid the next 2 weeks and get in, at least give myself a chance at the grand final, and then you never know what can happen there.
And with the finishing line in sight, it's no wonder their motivation is at an all-time high. Take Dion Hermesses, for example. After finishing runner-up in France last week, he enjoyed a 7th-place jump in the rankings, while fellow countryman J.C. Ritchie dropped outside the top 10 for the first time this season. After almost completing back-to-back wins, Daniel Hillier keeps moving in the right direction, up to 7th spot on the rankings. Alex Knapper leads the way, but it's Mikael Lindberg who's now closest to dethroning the German. A chilly Thursday morning setting the scene then for the start of play here at St Mellion Estate. And taking us through the opening rounds, Dom Hollier.
Sweden's Oskar Längden at the 5th hole. He's not having a good day, couple over par. He's been in good form recently though. Oh, a little bit of spin. Oh, and an eagle. Well, that's how to get your round back on track, isn't it? From 2 over, straight back to level par. Well done, Oskar Längden. Stephen Tiley with this birdie putt at the 8th, his 17th hole. Nicely done. Takes him to 5 under par. He's been trying to enjoy his golf a little bit more lately, and he certainly will have enjoyed that one. Martin Simonsen, the Cascada Golf Challenge champion. Here he is at the 7th, the par 5, 3rd shot. Hello. Oh, they're going in from everywhere, aren't they? Simonsen makes the eagle. And he moves from over to under par.
Then you got it on camera. You guys are not leaving. You're staying with me now.
And from a Dane to Iceland's Haraldur Magnus. Just made a birdie at 6, so this is for 2 in a row. Nicely done. And he gets it to 4 under par. It was a good day yesterday for Simon Forsström, opened up with a round of 67. Here he is at the 14th, the par 3. chipping from the fringe, slippery one, down the hill and in for a birdie too. He's only been playing the Challenge Tour since August and he's had a good couple of months. To the tall left-handed German, Yannick de Bruyne. 4 under par, this for birdie at 12, beautifully judged by the lefty. 67 yesterday for him, and that'll take him to 5 under. Matthew Baldwin from the rough at the 5th. Oh, he's managed to get a little bit of spin on it, very nearly. Makes an eagle from the rough, 31st on the road to Majorca, so looking towards that top 20 to 18 and Ewan Walker. Slight downhill slope. Weight forward to ensure the contact. And that's really nicely judged, isn't it? He is 63rd on the road to Majorca. Remember, top 45 only. In a couple of weeks' time, make it through to the Challenge Tour Grand Final. He'll have that on his mind for sure. And that's an excellent day. It's a second round 66 for Ewan Walker, and he is in good shape.
Yes, Ewan Walker grabbing a share of the 36-hole lead on 7 under par. Matthew Baldwin had earlier posted that number, while joint first-round leader Simon Forsstrom finished the day where he started on 5 under. So Walker and Baldwin looking very much at home here at St Mellion Estate. Speaking of home comforts, the life of a professional golfer can be a lonely one. Having your significant other along for the ride can make the world of difference, as Rory McGee has found out. He and his wife have turned into quite the formidable duo.
A year after we met, Madeline, my wife, she caddied for the first time. She'd been on the golf course like 2 times with me, but she'd no interest in golf. And yeah, she gave it a go, and I mean, she was great, so we've kind of been going ever since. It's great for my golf because we're relaxed and we just talk and, you know, hang out basically. But I think it's the travel, you know, it's kind of the time apart would just be a killer. Back in 2019, I'd been playing for 2 or 3 years. I didn't feel like I was making much headway. And I'll be honest, at the end of 2019, I was kind of, you know, thinking, is this what I want to do? Am I enjoying it? And I thought the best thing to do was take some time off. And yeah, I took like, I guess from November 2019 right through until COVID started. So it went from like a 4 or 5 month break into a 2.5 year break. During COVID, we were just hanging out. We weren't really doing anything in particular. I got into cycling a lot of mountain biking. And then, yeah, maybe 5 or 6 months of kind of, you know, not really doing much with golf. I decided it's time to start playing again. She was more than happy. She was, you know, really supportive of that idea. So we just thought we'll give it a go again. It almost felt like a second chance at, you know, restarting the career. So. Coming back this season, I was a little bit apprehensive at the start. I hadn't played competitively in, I guess, 2 years. And I knew I had a few invites, so we started out in Spain and I played well, but kind of was a little bit rusty. But then we came back, I guess, 2 weeks later in France and played really well. I thought 61 on the first day.
Oh, an eagle too. Well, this is sensational stuff from McGee.
Unfortunately, just lost out by 1 shot, but I really enjoyed it, and the crowds as well in France have been great. I've had 3 good finishes in France this year, and I guess we might have to move to France in the future. With the rankings right now, I guess I'm 43rd. I know top 45 obviously get through to final stage, you get through to the final event, and there's a lot that comes with that, but I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like, I knew last week I had to play well, and I did play well, so I seem to enjoy playing under pressure, so I'm looking forward to the next 2, hopefully. I think for me, if I can just go out and focus on this week and, you know, try and play well, enjoy it, I think everything else will fall into place.
After the break, we hit the gym with Nick Backham.
It's all about speed now, it's all about distance, it's about gaining speed in the gym.
And we'll crown a champion at the British Challenge, presented by Modest Golf Management. All that and more when we return. Welcome back as we kick off a double header on British soil. St Mellion Estate is no stranger to hosting professional tournaments, but this is the first time a Challenge Tour event's been played here.
It's great to have the Challenge Tour here. The standard of the golf is extraordinary, and it's great for the kind of the golfing population down in the southwest as well. St Mellion deserves to have a tour event back here. It's almost a unique golf course because I think Nicholas, being a lover of links and a lover of Augusta, there's lots of Augusta here. When you look around, for Joe Public to come and play it, they get to experience a world-class golf course that Nicholas is still to this day very, very proud of, and we're very proud of it too.
And so you should be. So, as a reminder, it was Ewan Walker and Matthew Baldwin with a one-shot advantage heading into moving day at St Mellion Estate. So let's rejoin Dom Hollier once again.
Daniel Hillier has found the fairway here at 5. Good angle in. On the Swiss Challenge a couple of weeks ago. Top 5 last week in Provence, so he's been in good form. Down it comes. And what a strange day. He started with a bogey. He's made 3 birdies since then, and that could very well be 4 in a row. Putting through his shadow slightly here always makes it a little more tricky. It is 4 in a row, and Hillier to 6 under par. Horrid start for Ewan Walker, double at the first. He's coming off another drop shot at 4. Can he make some amends here at 5? Yes, he can, and he needs a few more of those as well. Gets him back to 5 under par, but not the start the Scot was looking for. Feltenmeyer, who won in Finland earlier this summer. The German just short of the par 5, 7th in 3. And what a birdie that is. He doesn't look too chuffed, but that gets him back to 4 under. Baldwin, his 3rd into the par 5, 7th. Sends it in low. Beautifully controlled. And surely a birdie there for the Englishman. Been very steady so far, 1 birdie, no drop shots to this point. Make that 2 under through 7, and he moves to 9 under par and nudges in front at the top. Problems again for Ewan Walker, this time at 12 over the back of the par 5. Well, that's nicely done, really nicely done, almost chipped in for birdie. Should be good enough to guarantee his par. Also over the back of 12, the Frenchman Adrien Sadier. This looks to be sitting down, so a bit tougher, if anything, than Ewan Walker's. Well, that is one way to make your par. Dropped a shot at 9, made a double bogey at 10. He's just about hanging on, but not a good day for Sadier. Yannick De Bruyne for birdie at 17. Nicely done. Just birdied 16 as well, so looking for a strong finish. That takes him to 5 under. Hillier at 17. This for an 8th birdie today. Well done. So he moves it to 9 under, back into a share of the lead with Matt Baldwin. Baldwin for birdie. And this is to nudge back in front of Hillier once again. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Lovely pace. Makes the birdie. Moves to 10 under, 1 to play. Very neat and tidy so far today from Matthew Baldwin. Just 1 drop shot. That came at 15. That's a par at 18. It's a second consecutive round of 69. And he takes a 1-shot lead into Sunday.
Hot on Baldwin's heels, though, was the dangerous Daniel Hillier, the New Zealander chasing a second victory in his last 3 starts. Scotland's Ewan Walker leading the chasing pack. While most players like to stop, kick back and relax after a long day at the course, others, well, they prefer to keep going. For Nick Backham, it's time for a workout.
It's all about speed now, it's all about distance, it's about gaining speed in the gym. doing the swing, just moving faster. I mean, it started kind of with Tiger Woods, I guess. Like, he was one of the first who hit the gym and worked out a lot. Right now, when I look into the gym during the tournaments, like pretty much everybody is working out, having the fitness coach, having a whole team just for the fitness and for speed and for staying healthy. It's pretty impressive. I think it's the biggest change. They realize it's like such an advantage to hit it long, like on par fives, it's better to hit a short iron into the green. You can lay up when other players need to hit like a driver to the layup zone. So it makes the game just a little bit easier. I changed my workout plan a little bit because I had like a couple injuries. I stopped doing stretching and all the stuff, and I have like a strict workout routine right now. It's like more building muscle, gaining some strength again, and being healthy and playing the whole season without problems. I always start to just warm up the shoulders, all the joints and everything. And then I basically do like some upper body workouts, some kettlebells, and then I do some kind of jumps, mix of everything, but always like in the end like some more fun stuff like boxing or whatever, just to have a good time as well, and not being focused on working. Some people don't know too much about golf. They think it's like hitting some balls, walking again, hitting some balls. It's definitely not like that. You move so fast, you have so many small movements in your body in such a fast time. So you need to be able to like combination of controlling the moves and being able to even do them as fast as possible sometimes. And then like the amount of tournaments we play, it's quite important to be fit.
Yes, the multi-talented Nick Backham, fit and ready for a promising future in the game. Back to the here and now, though, and remember it's Matthew Baldwin leading the British Challenge, presented by Modest Golf Management. Watching the final leg of a fascinating race for the title, Dom Hollier again.
Our overnight leader, Matthew Baldwin, with a birdie putt at the par 5 second. Nicely rolled. So it's a par birdie start for Baldwin, and he moves to 11 under par. Can he win for the first time in 11 years on the Challenge Tour? Here's John Parry with a par putt at 5. He is 51st on the road to Majorca rankings, makes his par. That's gutsy stuff. Remember, top 45 is the target. A good day today could get him inside that and on his way to the grand final. To Matthew Baldwin. He's second out of the rough at the 5th. He's coming off a bogey at 4, so he's back to 10 under. Rough to rough. Oh, well, a bit of helpful bounce and a little bit of spin as well. And Baldwin has left himself a decent chance there from about 5 or 6 feet. Ewan Walker got off to a terrible start yesterday. He bogeyed the opening hole today, but he got that back at 3. Another chance for the Scot at 5. Well done. So he moves under par for the day. And he moves to 8 under par, which is within a couple of shots at the moment of Matthew Baldwin. Baldwin for the birdie to get back to 11 under par. Yes. No problem, well done. Going to be a tough day, no doubt about it. A few nerves out there for Matthew. Let's go to 15 and Denmark's Martin Simonsen. We saw him holding out for eagle from the fairway at the par 5 7th earlier this week. This one's for birdie. Ha!
Honestly, every time you guys.
We must be his lucky charm, mustn't we? Every time we turn up, he makes a score. Daniel Hillier, no eagle for him at 7. He will make his birdie, and that'll help to make amends after a rough old start. He's still a couple over through 7, but that'll move him to 7 under. 16, Matthew Baldwin with a bogey putt. He's on the slide a little bit. 2 drop shots in the last 3. 3 gone in 4, and the Englishman is back to 7 under. He's not out of it, but he needs a big finish. Up to 18. with Baldwin faltering. JC Ritchie moved through the field. He was 5 under through 16, dropped a shot at 17, this for par at 18. Okay, 11th on the road to Majorca rankings. He's having a great season, JC Ritchie. 17, Ewan Walker for birdie. Yeah, nicely done. Made a double bogey at 12, dropped a shot at 14, but that birdie gets Walker to 7 under par, so he's right in it. Up to 18, Ritchie makes the bogey. It's a round of 69 for the South African, and he sets the clubhouse target at 7 under par. From 165 over the water at the last, Walker. How brave is he going to be? Very brave. What a shot from the 27-year-old Scot, hunting a first Challenge Tour title. Wow. He's got his mum and dad here watching. What a moment for the Walker family. If he can possibly hole this putt and seal that first victory. And he can. Wonderful stuff. A birdie finish has given him the title, and he climbs a massive 43 places to 20th on the road to Majorca. Well done then.
JC Ritchie's back on the podium in solo second, Baldwin completing the top trio, but after that sensational finish, having overturned a 3-shot overnight deficit to claim the win, a smiling Scotsman.
Ewan Walker.
It feels amazing. My mum and dad were here, so that was absolutely brilliant for them. At the start of this year, things weren't really going that well, and I've turned it around over the last couple of months, and I've been playing really nicely, but to win is far surpassing any kind of expectations I had. It feels brilliant.
Well, let's see how all of that affected the road to Majorca rankings. And his maiden Challenge Tour victory really couldn't have come at a better moment for Ewan Walker. He's timing his run to the line rather well. And another good showing from Martin Simonsen sees him nudge up 1 spot to 13th place at the expense of Todd Clements. Last week, JC Ritchie slipped outside the top 10 for the very first time this season. He's back in business, though, and at the summit. Alexander Knapa's month-long reign is over as he slides to second, though the race for top spot isn't over just yet. And so our time in Cornwall draws to a close, though our intrepid Challenge Tour contenders don't have too far to travel, as we stay on English soil next time and head to Oxfordshire, where the class of 2022 will get one last chance to book their place at the Grand Final in Majorca. So join us again next week as the race for promotion to the DP World Tour continues.